Hi, Water Lily. Hi, Mike. Hi, Sheila, Teresa, Sandy, Carlene, T Barb, Eileen, AP, Donna, Just Joanne, Sue, HF, Deborah Miles, Flower, Power, um, Jennifer, Nana, Island Princess, Linda Ann, LM, Mary Myers, Serenity Springs, Martha, Deborah, Carla, Rutherford, LH, Rosie. Oh, it's getting busy. Hello. Hello. Mary. Hey, Mary. Oh, Ireland. Jelly Belly's in the house. Connie. How you guys? Yeah, it's just starting now, Lisa. Celia, Carol, Lorraine. Hey, you guys. Linnea. It's going so fast, it's hard to read. Lawyer. Hey, Lisa. Debbie. Oh, no, I'm so sorry, Swim. Swim's in bed with COVID. Prayers out to you. Firefly. Kelbell. Florida in the house, Carol. Thanks, Deb. Thank you. Thank you. Theodore. Sweet talker. So, listen, we want to kind of put a positive vibe out and love towards Japan. As you know, I told you I saw an assassination attempt. Hey, Michael. But I had no clue, none whatsoever. I couldn't have guessed that it would be Japan. Hey, aggravated. Hey, Tris, Lisa. So on Monday, I'm not going to do my prayers on Tuesday. I'm doing them Monday because I'm flying to Oklahoma to see my cousin. Yep, but his was a homemade, but there's more to come. I'm so sorry. We'll deal with this another time because I want to concentrate on helping you guys kind of get through a lot of this. Let's see, did I did post this. Here we go. Judy, Amy, Summer Rose, Rita. You guys have the best names. I love it. Hey, Mo, Dorothy, Martha, Sharon. Thank you to my moderators that are here too. Yeah, but you know what, Tris? I did not feel it was Japan. I would not have guessed it. So we're going to tap into, I'm going to be an hour. I have a going away party to go to today. I'm going to try to do this every other Saturday. Hey, Silicon Valley. Hey, Sarah. And I want to help as many as I can. Oh, Norway's in the house. Hey, Norway. Hi, Beverly. Beth English. So, anyway, Oklahoma City. I'll be there Tuesday, Carol. My sweet cousin. I'm gonna bring all my good stuff. You know what I'm saying? My healing stuff. Oh, New Zealand. It's 7:30 Sunday morning. Patrice. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on, Sherry. So, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. So before I came on, I was kind of praying because I'm going to be talking to you all, and this is kind of important. This isn't nothing to poo-poo on. And they were telling me that so many people out here in this universe, they're always here to help us, by the way, anything we need. And you remember that time I told you all, hey, get off the Trump train. We can't be furious pointing our fingers at Trump. We have to understand that we have to be righteous and self-motivated. We can't be looking and pointing our fingers. This too shall pass is what I got. Okay. So, oops. Oh, it's going to stop. What? So this is about healing, and please don't send any money, you guys. Let's just concentrate on the subject at hand because I have to thank you every time. Let's just concentrate on this, okay? Hey, best predictions. So I forgot to put if you wanted to give to go towards somebody. So please don't send any money. If you can just concentrate on what we're going to talk about right now. So I had told you, the guides had said, shh, knock off with the hate towards Trump. And I was like, but, and a lot of you guys got mad. You're like, what are you talking about? Oh, that's wonderful, Karen. What are you talking about? Oh, Celtic. Hey, Celtic. Okay, so what I told you guys is to get off of that and just concentrate on the light within. Some people got mad at me because they were thinking I was asking, hey, Alaska, I was asking for forgiveness. No, we're not asking for forgiveness. Sure, we'd love to see him dragged. Yeah, but it's not going to happen, From the beginning of time, man can really be all riled up within themselves, thinking that they're super special. Look what they did to the natives in this country, cheated them, lied to them. And then, even my tribe, they got hella mean. But this doesn't create well-being. This creates more of the same. Okay. Good to see you, Celtic. Yeah. And we're raised in families where everybody's talking about somebody. I had a neighbor down the street, Warner. I'll never forget. He had a beautiful kitchen and he had a beautiful garden, zucchini, tomatoes. He was Portuguese. And he'd be saying, hey, Sherry, he'd be sitting in the kitchen. We'd be looking out at the beautiful garden. And then you could see somebody walking, like this girl down the street would be walking. Look at her. What kind of a tramp is that? I was like, oh my God, this is a man who was at mass every day practically. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, whoa. But I was raised in that environment. My dad used to make fun of my mom because she always had some story for some. Look at her. Boy, she probably blah, blah. It's like, why do we have to go into the Joe negative? Yes, exactly, Kat. So there's some people that really have a hard time. And let me tell you something. When someone does something to ding you and hurt you, because a lot of us, and I just had some readings today, the people tend to think this is the story of how I think a father should be, a mother should be. We really have a hard time accepting the fact that we chose these parents or we chose this spouse, and how dare they treat me like this? Because then we always are victims. And when we get hit, it's like we develop scar tissue around it. It gets hard. It gets harder as years go on. So when you stand in the light, you energetically release all this bull. You need to bleed a little bit. Let me tell you something. In your pain, in your suffering, you will see whoever you believe in, God, whoever you want. That source energy If we could just get out of our own way and move forward and not allow somebody else or something we feel like no justice was done, if we could get out of our own way and just realize that we're giving that person power. Take your power back. Do not allow it to affect you anymore. Take that power back. Okay? So we have to go through the heartache, you guys. It's that heartache. I don't know, Jesus really said this. I'm not a Bible thumper. And somebody said the language was different. It wasn't English. But there is a saying that really affected me where he said, you know what? I come not to bring peace. I come to bring the sword. And if you think about it, the sword cuts both ways. So we can't just, oh, la, 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 la. In fact, a lot of kids are raised in that la, la, la. There's a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? So even in hate, we will feel love. You cannot laugh all your laughter till you've cried all your tears, as Cahill Gibran says. So it's okay to have to go through these things. Like me, oh my God, I can tell you I was crazy sad. Always with wanting to self-destruct. Always with, oh, I was, poor, pitiful me. Boy, when this happened to me on that walk where I got connected to source, my life it's crazy fantastic. Yeah, I'm a little tired, but it's fantastic. Okay. That's it, Ocean. That's it. Oh, thank you, Marby. That's it. Take your power back. Don't worry about all these little details with these crays going on here, because that kind of energy can't last. It's like a flame and it'll fizzle out. So let me kind of look at what you're saying. Okay. Oh, so you guys are doing some that you're already working on. I wasn't talking to my dad. This is Kelly. I wasn't talking to my dad. Hey, Lucretia. When he passed suddenly, I was selfish and stupid. Not a day goes by that I wish I had forgiven him, and not a day goes by that I wish I could forgive myself. Definitely tuning into this one. Kelly, now I get this a lot. People will say I wasn't there when he crossed, we weren't talking. And let me tell you, if I could bottle up that energy that your dad is in now, oh my God, because he was part of this too. It's not all on you, he's saying to me. So if I could bottle up the absolute love and glory he's in, he is not the least bit thinking, oh, damn her or anything like that. It's nothing but love, pure love. Yes, if you get cloudy water, you guys are fantastic. Alice said, if you let cloudy water settle, it becomes clear. And words matter as far as your son. Now, don't forget to write Linda G. Grindle 9103 at gmail.com and submit your prayer. Because here's the other thing. Sometimes when people die and they're not dead, because they're just on the other side, we cause them to linger here because we're going through whatever, you want the person back in your life. You need that. That has nothing to do with God, you guys. That has nothing to do with their soul energy. It's all about you. And I hate to say, but there's some people just can't let go. There's like grabbing to their spiritual energy and they keep bouncing back because they want you to be okay. But know that they are in a good place. Like I said, if I could bottle this up, oh my God, you guys, and some of you have felt it. So don't give that person any more power. Okay. Even yourself with self-forgiveness, you manifest more of the same the more you linger into it. So unplug it. And if you can't do it, ask for help. Okay. I would like to forgive my parents and those individuals that were supposed to keep me safe, and I trust it. In turn, I want to forgive myself for carrying the weight and shame and the anger around with me for so long. And Auntie, I'm going to tell you something. You know, my dad wasn't a very nice man at times. There was good parts and bad parts. But I had that thing too. Like the thing is, some of us who in childhoods that were raised in this cray cray, you know what I'm talking about? I have, you know, my good friend that helps me with the spots on hair. He's like, you know, he had a bad dad. And there's a lingering hate. I know with my dad, I it took me a long time. I was almost 60 before I dropped it. Thank you, Josephina. Oh no. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy just said that Canada suffered 24 hours without Roger's internet and cell phone. Okay, so we tell a story to ourselves that this is the way a parent is supposed to be, a child is supposed to be, this is the way things are supposed to be. And that is not how it works down here. It's whatever you decided before you came here for your opportunity to learn. And it could be painful. So, whatever the agreement I had with my father, it is done now. I have laid it to rest. He's gone. I've given him the you know, adios, amigos. But it was so hard to get to that quiet space because even if like something happened, like if I see a child get hit or something, it would catapult me into bad feelings because I hadn't gotten rid of it yet. So I handed it over. Number one, you can hand it over to the other realm and say, look, take this sword away from me because I don't want to keep cutting myself. And number two, don't give that person any more power. It's like this lady I read who was abused, sexually abused, you know, don't linger because people will do terrible things to each other and it catapults into other generations of holding on to that anger. And even in the political realm, these people are cray cray. See, Catherine, then you really never, Catherine said, I had forgiven, but now the pain is back, drowning again. Here's the thing, Catherine, then you never forgave in the first place because it wouldn't come back. True forgiveness doesn't keep coming back. And lies ruined me before. People are going to lie, Catherine. You know, we expect that people, oh, can you believe it? Like my last ex-husband lied to me, said he was living with a teacher, another teacher, and he didn't leave me for somebody else. Oh my God, that teacher called the house for something. I said, oh, thank you for taking, you know, so-and-so. He said, what? I said, isn't he living in your daughter's room? Your daughter's off to college? No. He was living with a new woman. And whoa, you know, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. You know what I'm saying? Oh, listen, you guys, I was out for revenge. I became so ugly. I was unidentifiable. And it just sucked me up. But it's good that I went through that experience because I really saw how I could destroy myself because I got cancer soon after. So it's really good to, if you can't handle it all, hand it back. Okay? Hand it back. Tell the higher realm, take this cup from me, help myself. But when you really forgive, it doesn't come back. You don't get that knee jerk energy. You do forget and forgive. It's amazing. Even that ex-husband whose name I can't even remember. I don't go there. I interjectly wish him well, and I have no. It was I was supposed to be in that relationship because it catapulted me where I am now, and I think I'm doing pretty doggone good. Have Courage said, my whole life I felt my mom wasn't kind or loving. I took care of her in hospice, and it was the best healing time. I love it. She apologized, and I've forgiven her and told her so. Oh, that is beautiful. And a lot of times people don't realize till they're on their deathbed. But listen, if like my dad never apologized for, being abusive as he was. I think he wanted to act like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? I hear about this a lot. But guess what? I don't have to bear that sword anymore. That's not my problem anymore. I'm gone on with my life. Hey, Ron. Hey, Sherry. So, anyway, if you're comfortable in your own skin, you're doing good. Okay, hold on. Oh, and by the way, well, I'll tell you guys later. Okay. I need to do a political probably either tomorrow or Monday because I've been getting some hits. I got to let you all know, but I can't do it today. Today's God's day. Today's the day they want me to tell you in plain, simple English that in order to move forward in this realm, in this lifetime, in the least state of resistance, you're going to have to drop the sword with any of this bull. You're going to have to drop the sword. Don't even get like the Supreme Court, everybody wants to go, don't some beating, don't. No, move forward. This too shall pass. Okay, Melissa, she said, I would like to completely forgive my mother's family for always making me feel second best and not worth their love, and for my father who lied to me about his family name. Thank you, Linda. Well, the thing is, you're talking, but you're also putting, you're just a kid. But you also are putting in, well, I was disappointed that I chose this realm in this lifetime with these people who are obviously no good. You've got to embrace it and say, look, okay, so they didn't show me love. My dad was a liar. Obviously, take some credit for this, you guys. I know it's hard to believe. Why would anybody choose to be beaten as a kid? Well, let me tell you, sometimes we choose certain lifetimes to go through to enhance or pay karmic debt from before. What goes around comes around. Yeah, I know how you feel, Michelle. Michelle says, I have so much understanding and compassion for my father, but moments of anger. That's what happened to me. It would kick up. Sometimes even when me and my sister are talking, then we get growly. I remember that SOB. I remember my dad being mad at my mom for having to chop up something. She asked him if he would do it, and he was pissy. He didn't appreciate being told what to do. And he took that knife, a big old knife, and he threw it right into the linoleum, sticking right out of the floor. He was a dangerous man. I'm telling you, but by the grace of God, come on, because I think he fantasized about killing us sometimes. Hey, cuz! Regina's here, you guys. So the other thing, as children, as young people, you're unable to say your piece. You're unable to speak the truth because you'll get beat for it. You know what I'm saying? So that causes a lot of issues, especially for women, because we're always expected to take care of things unless you're me, which would tell men off, F you. My dad had a wicked temper. Yeah, those tempers. And listen, Patrice, I have a temper too. I didn't beat my kids like my dad beat me, but I could yell like a demon. Of course, they stopped paying attention to me, but still, I have a temper, and I'm sure it's from that thing. But I don't own that anymore. In fact, I'm less temper driven like I was before. So my dad had a wicked temper. Found out he was in a lot of pain and was struggling. Knowing that helped me forgive him and move on. I now look back at the good times and realize he was pain-free in those days. That's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful, you guys. You guys just, you guys are all walking in the path. Let me tell you. You guys are walking on the path. Cheryl says, we all have tempers, so buy them a tampon. Okay, Dawn, this is a good one. How do you forgive a mother who states if she had to do it all over again, she would not have had children? Well, that's her problem, isn't it? She had children. It's not your problem to take that with you. It's very painful and hurtful. I remember my mom, who totally denied saying it, saying, "You guys have ruined my life." But she was severely crippled with rheumatoid arthritis. But I remember her saying that. I mentioned that to her, and she totally denies it. But she said that. So, yeah. And the other thing is, when she crosses, she'll have to stand in that. She's going to have to stand in that. I'm so sorry. So, honey, don't take it personal. Don't stand in it. Thank you, Tessie. Don't stay. We all have those egos. We all, and we're just little kids, for Christ's sakes, and we want to be loved, unconditionally loved. But you're not going to get that very often in human form. And a lot of people I read, I can even tell, God, they would really love that, like they see a friend of theirs with that beautiful relationship with a girlfriend, and wouldn't that be nice? Or a mother, wouldn't that be nice if I had that? You could get anything you want, but you got to hand it over and quit holding on to any kind of resentment about them, because they will keep you tied into that realm. Blow it away. Just like when Nicole got COVID and I went to panic. Oh my God, dear God, am I going to lose my girl? And my guide said in my right ear, "Practice what you preach." I said, "What?" "Okay, so what do I preach? I go to the worst case scenario. What's the worst thing that can happen to my girl?" "Well, she may die because she had a bad lung disease." And in that moment, I accepted it, because I know there's no such thing as death. So she would be free from that body, and she would be in the realm. I didn't wish it. Of course, it's very hard to say fair enough, but that's what I did. And she got better. Just like walking down the path with cancer, and it was a bad cancer, and they told me to make all my arrangements. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, you guys. um a bad cancer, and then I got spontaneously healed, but it was when I handed it over, when I said, "Into your hands I commence my spirit." Give it up, hand it over. Don't keep looking for that thing that's going to make you feel connected. It's here, it's within you. The kingdom of heaven is within. And this wonderfulness, this beauty within is always there. We're still going to be human. You still got to step on the scale. You're still going to have in and out people who are jealous of you, people you work with, but you just put that circle of light around you and just let them bounce off themselves. Let them bounce. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, that's great. That's great, Deb. Yeah, and we can't be having children to make up for something in our life, or fear. If karmically it's supposed to happen, like whoever wrote about their mother, she I'm sure in this day and age, my mom and my aunties probably would not have had children. I know my auntie Marie, she told me she never wanted children. But in those days, in the 40s and 50s, you almost had no choice. So you would just go through it. But she wasn't a happy mom, and it showed. Oh, Prince Charming's mom. My ex-mother-in-law was a sociopath. It's hard to forgive, but listen, Prince Charming. Prince Charming's mom. If you don't take that poison out of you, it will eat you up and suck you out. You've got to remove that pain, not for their sake, but for your sake. Give that sociopath no more power over you. And here's the other thing. We got to be careful about identifying someone. Like, we know the Orange Crush is a sociopath, but it's really not up to us to say that. I know that sounds crazy, because you want to say it out loud, screaming off the rooftop. But this too shall pass, and we just keep putting that protection around us. We stand in the realm with those little pieces of energy in within, because all ye are gods. Every single one of us are gods. And that connection to source will cure all of it. It actually gives you a different view. It actually helps you to look at things differently. Like my dad was beaten. His dad was paranoid schizophrenic who drank to get rid of the visions. So my dad would lay with his bed against the door to prevent his dad from coming in to kill him. So my dad always lived in fear and pain and crazy. And then his grandmother would take him up in Missouri in those churches that were dancing with snakes, scared the hell out of him. No wonder he said he was atheist. But I kind of understand why, but it still doesn't make up for beating your wife and children. It just doesn't. But he did it because he could do it. And he was a bully. He just thought he was in charge. Give them no more power. Be gone. You have no more power here. Oh, that's so good, Christina. Okay, so I lost 45 years. I have PTSD from child abuse, doing well with forgiveness, but forgiving myself in the shame for my own reactive behavior. So, Lucky McLucky, what you're doing is Eckhart Tolle talks about this. There's a story of you. He said you can go to a psychologist, get a book this thick, and say, here you go. Here's the story of me. You've decided that's the story of you. You don't say, I refuse to let that be my story. You've decided you're going to, oh, okay, so I can't forgive myself. I'm having a problem with shame. And very well, because that was a horrible thing for you to go with. But you've got to change the story. Change the way you look at this. And you've got to know that you were innocent. You're an innocent. And just tell the universe, listen, if this was a past life, this is what I did when I was going through hell. If this is a past life thing that's going on with me right now, I hope I did a good job. And I hope that I never have to go through it again. What's her name? You guys know her, Ruth Montgomery. She talks about that sometimes we come into this person's life, and as terrible as it may look, it was something we grieved before because maybe we hurt that person. It's the only thing that helped me feel better. The only thing that helps me feel better is to know that which is like unto itself is drawn. You can create your own reality. You don't have to allow all that demon energy around you. You can be the light. You can focus out. No, forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is forgiving like I did my dad. And I'll tell you, if I was a little stronger as a human being because he was my dad and I was afraid of him, but I might have opened my mouth and said, you know what? I really don't appreciate your demeaning me or talking down to me, and then just walk away. Good for you, Linda. What? People are attacking Spirit Messenger? Uh-oh. Who's attacking Spirit? No attacking, you guys. Ron, Lisa, if you guys see that, block them. Yeah, because this life, this little human form that we take, it's a clown show. It's part of the makeup to move on to something else. And some of us will take this lesson and go greater. But some of us just want to keep repeating the clown show. This is not the reality, you guys. The reality is the other side. That's what got me with that statement of I don't bring you peace, I bring a sword. Think about it. If we're supposed to be in this realm of constant battle, but if we can move through it, then energetically we just get higher and higher and higher. Energetically, when we cross over, Because remember the saying, and again, it's from man, but what was the saying? Those of you who have suffered, those who have suffered will see the kingdom of heaven. It's like my mom could have a very negative, I think she was mad she married my dad, but she was so crippled with rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, crippled, that she paid a debt. I'm telling you right now, she paid a debt. The steps for forgiveness would be acknowledging that you have an issue with like if that knee jerk thing comes up in your soul energy, just talking about the person or being around the person, you're cringing. And listen, just because it's a mother or father, you don't have to be around them. You don't have to be around anything that deters from your well-being. So don't think you got to be obligated. I've read so many women, especially, who have taken care of a parent that was no good to them in life. Hello, right here. And it makes you wonder, why did you do that when they were so, but duty, you don't want them, you still care for them because you don't want them to be out there on their own. So the first thing is acknowledgement that you have an issue. And the second thing is to really just ship it out, is to give it no more power. Even say it out loud. So and so, you have no more power over me. And then if you find yourself going back thinking about it, ask for help. Ask for help. We have the power, you guys. In fact, all this crazy stuff with voting and stuff, all this stuff that these people are doing they're not going to win because they're working on the dark side. And I see the light coming through. Like all these poor people that died in the shootings in Uvalde and the one in, I just went blank. Anyway, those poor people that died, they all had made an agreement. They did it because it caused such a react. Mankind is going to get a little better. Thank you very much. But boy, have we been fighting even since Abraham Lincoln, who did the emancipation. He was talking about allowing the blacks to vote. And then that crazy man said, oh, no, he doesn't. And I'm going to kill him. And then that Johnson came in, the vice president, and made behind the scenes deals with the little cash for all the slaveholders. So they was just back to square one. And then my guy, Ulysses S. Grant, he tried it. He even had his federal people and his president to try to knock out the KKK as best as he could. So it's just really, he tried. We're trying. That's all we can do. You're never going to get it all done, and you're never going to get it all right. Oh my God, that's a shame, Debbie. But I can see this post. I can see your member post. I wonder why it says that. Debbie says that she can't post, although I see this post. And I did put the 5 days to keep the riffraff out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me change it. I can't go back too much. Hold on. Let's do one. See if it works now. See if it works now. Oh my God. Anne, she said, I told my miserable alcoholic sister, you can no longer fool or hurt me. And here you go, girlfriend. You have no more power over me. Be gone. You have no more power over me. And then a lot of things are like if you have the dad that beat you to bloody hell and the mother who didn't really do anything, because especially back in the days, nobody could do it. I remember we had a neighbor. You think we got beat? Her husband would beat her. You'd hear the screaming, two little babies. She would run and hide over in our yard. And my dad was like, he didn't want to get involved. He was a fireman, for Christ's sakes. He didn't want to get involved. He just didn't want to get involved. So, we weren't helping anybody. My parents liked to be in their 2x4. And yeah, everybody else is out there and wearing hair. Oh, thank you, Denise. Is there a delay now? Yeah, no one would protect. My mom one day, she was really sobbing and she was going through a catharticism post pre-death. And she said to me, Linda, I had no choice because we used to be mad at her. How could you be with that SOB? He beat us bloody. He beat you. How could you? And she was crippled as heck. And what could she do? She couldn't go get a job. She couldn't do anything. She was stuck. Oh, thank you, Bluebird. Let me tell you guys something. I normally don't talk about this, but I think it'll be in my book. I don't know. But as a little girl, I was just a little girl. Okay. I used to fantasize about getting my dad's gun and killing him. I used to fantasize about it. I was too chicken to do it. And also I kind of knew that if I did that, it would ruin everybody, because then, I'd be taken away and my mom wouldn't have any way to live. But boy, I remember laying in bed thinking about it, I ought to just take this man out of his misery. Ooh, my mother's ex broke my back in 9 places. I was 16. Did he go to jail? I hope, Joanna. Yeah, women couldn't even have a credit card till the 1970s. Raksha. I had a brother who had a lot of problems of every kind, and I used to get very upset and trying to get him to change. But then I realized all I could do was love him and accept him. That gave me peace. Exactly. Exactly. Even those who hurt you, even those who judge you, just hand it over because it gives it can't fester. It can't fester. Yep, Ron. Exactly. Okay, Daniel says, I grew up with a mother. Oh, hold on. I grew up with a mother who had metastatic breast cancer and a father who drank a lot. Growing up, I felt ignored by him. But as I've matured and grown, I've forgiven. Oh, wonderful, Daniel. Yeah, you're not holding it on anymore. You're not you're moving away. He could only give what he could give. And that's who you know what helped me was Ruth Montgomery saying that we choose these parents. That helped me. Because I'm like, holy cow, well, I must have had some debt. But if I'm paying a debt, I hope I get it right this time. Oh my God. Spiritual Soul says, my four, I don't know who that is, gave my stepmom for feeding me rat poison. When I was 8 years old, I almost died. I never told dad. I knew he would kill her. When I told her before she died, she apologized. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and here's the thing, those people that kill people, those people that do these god awful things, you'll never own another soul. You really aren't hurting them. You're only hurting yourself. They're over there thinking they got away. That guy that just killed all those innocent people watching a parade, you don't want to be there when he goes to the other side. It's ugly. It's like they're delusional. That's great, Noreen. That forgiveness, not being a chump. It's not being a chump. It's a forgiveness that comes from the soul energy within the God form, because omnipresent energy, the God form, or whatever you want to call it, always you're all the children. And now the God energy or whatever's over there, they see the whole lineage of why that person is the way they are. So they give them opportunity. But mind you, and I've been told this a million times, and I'm going to have to go through some of this too. Everything you do for good or for bad, every pain or well being you caused others, you have to feel it on the other side. That's that purgatory energy. So let's say you were a real idiot to one husband and you go to the other side, you really have to feel what they felt. So, it's better to be good because all the good feelings will come to you. What you did for others. I know with my nursing career, I remember I'd be so exhausted I could barely stand up, and I'd be working a double shift, and I'd be in the ER, and I would force myself, as tired as I was, to get in there and check every patient and double check, because I always thought, what if that was my family member laying on that gurney? I always thought I wanted to be that nurse to keep an eye out and make sure they're okay. Exactly. God does not judge us. We're the judges, and they feel bad that we do that because they're all omnipresent, forgiving. So yeah, experiencing the pain you caused others. Yeah, thank you, Joanne. I've even prayed for my dad because I know he has to feel what had taken place. Somebody just rang my doorbell. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. Who would be so rude to ring my doorbell? Oh. Yeah, I don't need anything. I'm doing a show. Thank you. I would get things from that place, Schwann's, occasionally. They have some good chicken breasts and stuff. And I didn't order anything. And it says on my thing, do not come up to my door, do not ring my door. And they do it anyway. So I'm like, chomp, but I forgive him. I want to say chomp. And with me, my knee jerk, some people are so rude to me. Oh, they can be so negative. It's like they're jealous or something. And I go to jump into it. But thank God I got like my sister and my friends and Dan and everybody, because they're like, chump be chump. I don't want to act like I'm better than somebody else, but it's sort of sad, and you just hand it over and let them do what they think they need to do. Yeah, self-forgiveness is very hard, very hard. So thank you, you guys. Thank you. What did Mark ask? Where's my Mark? How do you forgive yourself? Oh, well, also don't get too involved in your own head. People overthink. We're always overthinking. Like, you mean the shoulda, coulda, wouldas? Maybe if I'd been better at this, or maybe I'd done. Or maybe you did something to someone that was pretty ugly. Maybe some of you guys have killed people in there. Who knows? I don't know what you may have done, or you broke up with somebody, or you didn't show sympathy to someone. So how do you forgive yourself? You have to do it the same way as forgiving others. You have to hand it over. You have to ask for mercy and grace, and just tell the higher realm, please help me to help myself. And it comes, you guys, it comes. There you go, Melissa. Hello. I'm going to keep that. If you're good enough for God, you're good enough for yourself, because God always forgives you. It's just beautiful. So you guys, on YouTube, I posted, we're doing our Sedona. We've got it booked for next May. We've sold quite a number of tickets. I had people who wanted to know right away, and Keith guy was in Hawaii, so he's come back, and I'll post it to you guys personally. But yeah, we're going to have Kim at Intuitive You. We're going to have Sue Lynn. We're going to have Freebird, and we're going to have Joy Hart Joe, who's the poet laureate of, I think, the Navajo tribe. Okay. So you guys are kind of evolved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with people who are really stuck. Hold on. Let's see what Patty has. What if you were raised in an alcoholic house and then become the alcoholic and finally out drinking, but there was hurt along? Yeah, so you're talking the story, my friend Patty. You're talking the story. There's a lot of alcoholics that end up having children who are alcoholics. But don't be so hard on yourself because you are. Oh, thank you, Russia. Thank you. Because you are part of this realm. How can you expect others to forgive you if you don't forgive yourself? You have to let it go. Let it go. Give it no more power. Quit going into it with your head. Quit going in circles with the overthinking. So, well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this okay. I'm going to have to go because I have to go into the next town over for this goodbye thing. Will I do readings then? Oh, you mean in Sedona? Yeah, I do. I read everybody up there. It's very busy. Oh, my husband was an alcoholism is a disease. We did everything we could to help him in his recovery. He knew he had a problem and he tried to, but passed away at 42. And you know what's weird? When they go over there, they're clear headed, they're sober, and they're like, why did I just destroy my body? Because you don't really know what you have till it's gone. And when they're over there, the beauty and the love. And you can have that here. You don't have to wait till you're dead. You can have it here. So, yeah, try to get out of your own way. Try to not breathe. Do those breathings I tell you about. Okay, you guys. So I will see. Have Sterling tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to do another live just for readings. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, you guys. Karen, Tish, everybody. I think Dan was here. T Barb, KT. Bye, you guys. Love you, Lisa, Christine. If I missed someone, I'm sorry. Love you all. Cheers.